Israelites. Some are chosen, and some to see His glory. You know that Moses went to Mount Sinai to get the tablet that contained the 10 Commandments for the Israelites. So he saw the glory of God. I just pray in Jesus' name that you and myself, we will continue to see the glory of God. That is very special, to see God's glory. That's very special. I am going to start by asking you to go with me to the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 21. Matthew, chapter 18, verse 21. This is the area that Peter went to Christ and asked him a question. You know that Peter was the first person that Jesus Christ called to be part of His ministry. Now Peter and his brothers, they were fishing in the lake. When God, after He had been to the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights, He was led to the devil to be tempted. And thereafter, he went to John the Baptist to be baptized. And thereafter he began his ministry. So Peter and his other brothers were the first three that he called, but Peter was the one called first. Now, let me read to you what Peter said, or what he asked Jesus Christ. I'm reading from the book of Matthew, chapter 18, I'm going to start from verse 21. Then Peter came to Jesus and asked, Lord, which means Master, how many times shall I forgive my brother when he sins against me? So we know that Peter went to Christ and asked him a very, very sensitive question. For some reason, I'm going to put myself in Peter's shoe just for a moment. There must be a reason for Peter to have gone to Christ and asked him about this question of forgiveness. I'm not sure how long had Peter been with Christ. The Bible didn't tell us how many years, how many months, or how many days had Peter been with Christ. But we know that Peter was a legitimate apostle of Christ. So Peter went to Christ and asked him this very, very touchy question. It's a very, very sensitive question. And it is also a very controversial question. The question came out of nowhere for some reason in the mind of Peter. I'm assuming that Peter went to Christ and asked this question on forgiveness of sin. Peter said, Lord, how many times shall I forgive my brother? Brother means fellow person, associate, someone in your immediate environment, or maybe far away, but someone who you have association with. It doesn't mean that you are from the same parents. No, it's just a figurative word to describe someone that is nearer to you. So he said, Lord, how many times shall I forgive my brother when he sins against me? So now Peter wanted to know how many times shall I forgive my brother if my brother sins against me?